What's up, Gracie Baja Franklin? It is week 9 in the curriculum. We just started November. It is November 1st. Sound the horns. We have a big month planned. We're super excited. This week we're focusing on a lot of guard stuff in adult and the kids class. So it'll be a lot of fun. This weekend we were at the Naga tournament. We had a great showing. Good turnout for teammates supporting, so we're going to talk about that. Let's get into it.
Well, first, should we talk about what we got planned for the week, the curriculum for the week?
Well, it's all stuff from guard. I'm going to be teaching my armbar system from closed guard in the adult classes that I teach. And then advanced classes, we're going to work some De La Hiva and collar sleeve stuff. And then Shoop is getting ready to compete in no-gi, so he's going to be doing a lot of no-gi training even in the gi classes. We're going to give him some good no-gi training. I don't know what I was going to say. Probably a bad joke. Cut that. Yeah.
So let's talk about the tournament.
All right, some highlights.
Yeah, so we had we'll first go through all the adults. Steven, double gold. Steven Kibble, double gold. Gold in no-gi, gold in gi, all submissions.
Yes.
Which was fantastic.
My protege.
Yeah. Justin and him have been working on privates every morning, or not every morning, but
twice a week usually,
yeah.
And
you could tell it's making a serious difference.
Yeah.
And he showed up to compete on Saturday. Colton got his first gold medal.
Yes, first finally.
In no-gi on Saturday. Had some tough opponents. A Henzo guy, and I don't remember who the other guy was, but did really well. Eli, Tree Lie, doesn't get tired. Came out silver in no-gi, tough match in the finals. Came up short.
Literally, the guy probably was a foot taller than him.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Came up short.
Yeah, we got it.
But yeah, then I guess that little fire under him because he got gold in gi. Did really well there. Riggs placed bronze in no-gi. It was Riggs' first competition.
Technically his second, but first official because
right.
he did do that other thing.
Right.
The Holy Rollers.
So yeah, he placed bronze in no-gi and then placed gold in the gi and had like a highlight reel submission in the gi where he had this guillotine.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I didn't see it, but
both his gi matches, I walked away to go coach someone else and came back, and he was already done explaining to all our teammates of what submission he got. So I'm guessing they were pretty quick, but he got both his matches with submissions, and one of them being a side control guillotine from bottom, which typically is very hard to finish, but he snuck those bony arms in there and.
If you've ever had Riggs try and attack your neck, it's not fun because he's got long arms. So he was able to.
Well, and he presses his wrists right into the throat, which is what I like to do for guillotines too. I normally do the 10-finger guillotine, and it's all about putting pressure onto the throat, which is terrible.
We also had Burjesh, Tank, and Gunner. It's all of their first competitions. Burjesh plays silver, Tank plays silver. Gunner came up a little short, but it was his first competition. Got those jitters out of the way. And
he did gi and no-gi.
Yeah. And Gunner, I think his first no-gi match was, he was just out of his element. He thought he had more time. They were calling him to the mat, so he wasn't even ready. He was warmed up, but I don't think he was in the right headspace, and it was a quick finish, but we talked and came up with a game plan for his second match, and he did a great job of implementing that game plan. So a little mistakes on the technique side, but he just kept sticking with the game plan, which made his gi match against the same opponent he faced in no gi. It was a lot better than his first match, which I count that as something to be proud of because anytime you could improve upon each match that's the goal, right? So
We also had Alex, Parker, and Lev compete in the kids divisions. So good job to our little champions for coming out and representing the school. But yeah, it was a great weekend. We had there was a couple moments where we had multiple people competing on the mats at the same time, and we had Jeff Luker was there, Chip was there, tons of support from
Bobo.
teammates, that wanted to come watch, and it was just awesome feeling that camaraderie and seeing the hard work pay off and how happy everyone was, and it was amazing. I think we had Colton, Riggs, and Steven Kibble all on the mats at one time, and they all won their matches by submission within like a minute or two of each other, and everyone is just so excited about it. It was awesome. So.
Yeah, I was so amped like for everyone's wins, but like a couple times the ones where I was coaching, like Colton and Kibble, especially Colton, I was just he's been really struggling to implement his game in competition and kind of I think hitting some mental blocks, but he showed up like he needed to and got out the win, and he's moving soon the next couple months, so it was cool for him to get that gold medal with us and before he heads out of here. So.
I think wasn't he in mount and then or he had the guy mounted, the guy like bridged out of it and he stepped over for the arm bar for the finish.
He had his arm in the armpit, bridge as he was bridging Colton.
Well, it was almost it was almost like it wasn't quite a dogfight position, but I hit that sort of position a lot where the guy had like an underhook, but Colton stepped over almost to like a belly down, but he didn't finish it belly down, I don't believe.
The guy's arm was fully extended.
I just remember
as soon as the leg went
me and you were on the other side of the mat, like, and then I see you in the chair in the corner, like, shoot up from your seat, like, it was just,
Dude, I jumped
awesome.
when Colton won his final match. I jumped up and landed on my ankle. I was like, I'm a
bad ankle.
Yeah, it was awesome. It just was, the past, ever since we took over this past year, we've struggled at some competitions, but that's just the reality is sometimes it takes time, and we were about 6 months out from the last big competition was Nashville Open. So we've had a lot of improvement in the gym, and even, guys that train here, maybe they haven't been as consistent, they come back and they're like, everyone is getting better. And you feel it, and it's awesome to see it proved on the competition mats. And we should enjoy the success, but kind of just forget about it and get back to work like we've been doing. So
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's just a Naga at the Ag Center.
And we could show up next competition and get mollywopped.
There's rodeos in that building that are way more important than the Naga we did. Just kidding.
Any other highlights or anything you guys with the past weekend?
I just think it seemed like everyone was mentally ready. I mean, even the guys who it was their first competition, they admitted like, oh, I'm so nervous right now. But the energy didn't feel like, oh, we're about to go get
I think that
right
was
now.
a momentum.
Felt
Once we started
exciting.
getting momentum of people winning matches and doing well, it was like, okay, well, if they're doing well, then I can do well. And
There was just something in the air.
yeah.
I think it just felt like a turning point in, this gym and the culture that we are trying to create, and just the energy. And I'm sure all of this week and the next few weeks, we're going to be riding that wave of like motivation, but that motivation will turn into the discipline of showing up 5 times a week to get your training in, and the guys that want to compete and want to do well are going to just continue the hard work that we've been putting in for the last few months.
And two, like, again, it's like shouldn't be surprising that everyone did well because all the people who competed are some of the most consistent people
100%.
In our gym. So it just makes sense that, okay, yeah, they're probably more consistent than their opponents. and they should beat them.
That's the one thing Donna here talks about all the time is the persistence. Like just, every day is not going to be your best day of training, and every day is not going to be, you're not going to be super motivated to come in and try to win all your rounds. Sometimes you just got to get through it, go through the motions. But, being able to stay consistent for not just 3 months or 6 months, but a year, 2 years, where you're constantly, training all the time, that is where you start to see the progress. So, I don't know.
Yeah. Old Donna, no hair.
Yeah.
She's got some nice things to say.
We do have the Nashville Open coming up. Do you know how many people we have in the gi?
Signed up?
Yeah, none.
I don't think anyone,
Yeah, we've had, tap cancer out in this other tournament, which most of the time we put our energy in the IBJJF, but, there's going to be another one in 6 months, so we'll just make sure we bring a big crew to that. There is still a little space available in no-gi, so if you are interested.
And gi.
There is still.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a little bit of space available if you're
definitely
interested.
sign up.
I wonder if they'll make.
If you have any
maybe
questions,
shoot it
talk
one
to
day
us.
instead
We'd
of
be
2
more than happy to encourage you to do IBJJF. It is adults only, so no little champions.
And then in December we have grappling games. So I know a lot of guys, the guys who competed this past weekend, are talking about doing grappling games as well. So.
And grappling games is one of the cheapest tournaments as far as registration goes.
And
Also
it's ran
double
really
elimination.
well.
It's double elimination,
get a lot of
ran well.
matches.
So, if you can't make the IBJJF, plan on December 3rd for grappling games.
All right.
All right, we're out.
Peace. Nice and quick. Oh, that hurts my back.
Well, you're going to put clips and stuff, right?